woman and her boyfriend are facing child abuse charges after that woman allegedly took an abortion pill when she was 31 weeks pregnant. I'm Sean Gallagher, reporter here in Durham, North Carolina. Here's what we know about the case. 18-year-old Saisha Johnson and her boyfriend, 19-year-old Elijah Spate, are being held on a $1,000 bond each for several charges of child abuse after authorities say Johnson gave birth in a toilet at her home on July 29th. Now, the child had a heartbeat when first responders arrived, and they gave the child CPR, helping the child to survive, weighing less than 5.5 pounds at birth. Now, search warrants indicate that Johnson learned that she was pregnant back in June when doctors believed she was 20 weeks along and that she allegedly bought the abortion medication mifepristone from Virginia. And that says that it's helped to end pregnancies that are less than 70 days in duration. Now, according to the search warrant, Spate told law enforcement that Johnson took the medication just a few days before the 29th. Medical professionals believe her baby was 31 weeks along, and in the state of North Carolina, abortions are legal up to 12 weeks. Now, we did speak to District Attorney here in Durham County, Satana D. Berry, about how her office plans to move forward with this case.
What I can say is that I have been on the record over and over again saying that I believe a woman has the rights to choose and has the right to making decisions about her own body. And we will review the evidence in this case in that light.
Now, the $1,000 bail for each of them is relatively low here in the state of North Carolina, and DA D. Berry tells me that should be an indication to everyone that her office does not view them as a threat to the community. Now, I did ask her if she has any indication on when she could make a decision about whether or not her office will move forward with these charges, and she says at this point, there's no timetable. And Planned Parenthood sent me this statement today saying, in part, we shouldn't be using the criminal justice system to address situations like this. Anyone who's pregnant should be able to get the help and support they need rather than be thrown in jail.
Good afternoon, y'all. So a teen couple out of North Carolina is facing some serious charges after investigators say that Saisha Johnson, who was 18, took an abortion pill in an attempt to terminate her pregnancy at 31 weeks. Let's talk about it. So this occurred in Durham, North Carolina. According to court documents, at some point in June, 18-year-old Saisha Johnson and her boyfriend, 19-year-old Elijah Spite, found out that she was around 20 weeks pregnant. Now, according to investigators, shortly after that, Saisha went online and purchased mifepristone from Virginia. So they say that she began taking this medication shortly before July 29th when she gave birth. The detective wrote in the arrest warrant that on July 29th, Saisha began having abdominal pain and sat down during the day to help with the pain. And then she went and sat on a toilet and she gave birth. Now, they allege that the baby was left in the toilet for several minutes before the baby was retrieved from that toilet. Again, she was around 31 weeks. Now, it's unclear who called 911, though both their mothers were present when the police arrived. Elijah apparently told officers that abortion medication could be found in Saisha's purse. However, the police were unable to locate that medication. So the child weighed just under 5.5 pounds and required CPR when first responders arrived. So the child did survive. However, we don't have an update on the condition of the child. However, the child was 31 weeks. The lungs aren't fully developed until 36 weeks. So I'm pretty sure the child is in the NICU. Now, abortion is legal in North Carolina up to 12 weeks gestation. The state requires parental consent for minors seeking abortion. She was 18. She just turned 18 in June. So Saisha is charged with assault inflicting serious bodily injury on an unborn child, assault with a deadly weapon with the intent to kill, and negligent child abuse. Elijah has been charged with negligent child abuse inflicting serious bodily injury. That's according to the court documents. Now, the district attorney in that area did speak out and say that they haven't received all the information, so they're waiting to see exactly how they want to proceed with this case. This is a very serious situation. All right.
Paramedics found a newborn in a toilet after they received a call that a baby was born prematurely. When they got to the residence on 2800 block of Ross Road in Durham, North Carolina, when they got to the residence on July 29th, they were greeted by the mother of the child, 18-year-old Shaisha Johnson, who advised them she had given birth over the toilet and left the baby in the toilet while she called 911. They were able to perform CPR and get him over to the hospital immediately, where he currently is still receiving care. Now, she was 31 weeks pregnant at the time of this. She did find out in June that she was 20 weeks pregnant. She then got online to order an abortion pill. She did take the abortion pill a few days before the actual 29th of July. So she was definitely in her third trimester when this did take place. Now, her boyfriend, 18-year-old Elijah Spide, did tell authorities that she had ordered the pills and that she did have them in her purse. Now, both of them have been charged from this incident. She was charged with assault with a deadly weapon with the intent to kill, child abuse, and assault inflicting serious bodily injury on an unborn child. And then he was charged with negligent child abuse. They have both now bonded out on $1,000 bond, but they are of course facing these charges as to what happened to their child.
In Durham, North Carolina, 2 teens were arrested on Tuesday, August 4th. Saisha Jaden Johnson, 18, and 19-year-old Elijah Jashawn Pete. So in June, Saisha and Elijah went to the doctor and she found out that she was 20 weeks pregnant. So she orders methylprednisolone and misoprostol online from Virginia. And on July 26th, she takes these 2 drugs. And then on July 29th, Saisha has abdominal pain and she's cramping and it hurts so bad she has to sit down for the day. And then she runs to the toilet and then paploom, she gives a birth on the toilet to a baby that's 5.5 pounds at 31 weeks pregnant. So as Saisha and Elijah is calling 911, the baby is left in the toilet for several minutes. And then the responders come, they do CPR, and the baby is alive. So they take this baby to Duke Medical Center, and as of last Thursday, the baby's good. The baby's in good condition, it's stable, it's going to have a healthy life. Okay, so when the police got there, Elijah told the police that the medication was in Saisha's purse. Okay, so they come back 6 days later. That's a Tuesday. Does it say Tuesday? It says a Tuesday, August 4th, and arrest them. Okay, so they arrest them and they are held without bond. So, Saisha is being charged with assault inflicting serious bodily injury on an unborn child, assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill and neglect, child abuse inflicting serious bodily injury. Elijah is charged with neglect, child abuse inflicting serious bodily injury. Okay, so they have a court date Wednesday, August 5th. And that's where they will get their bond. Okay, so they went to court August 5th, and the judge gave them $1,000 bond because they're not a danger to the community. They don't have a criminal record. So they both bonded out as of Wednesday, August 5th. So the defense attorney of what's this happening in North Carolina? What's his name? Santana Dewberry, or is it she? We're just gonna call it Santana Dewberry. And this person says that they are pro abortion, something like that. They got sworn in 2022, and they said they will defend women and healthcare providers who give women abortions or women who have abortions. They will not be prosecuted. Okay? And this person said that these children need to be at home with their families, not in jail. Okay? And they should be given the right to defend themselves. Okay? The woman has a right to choose with her body as she willed. The baby is not the woman's body. And okay, so the prosecutor's a woman. Okay, I was right at first. So she has, Miss Dewberry has not reviewed the case. Okay, and we're just going to see where this case goes with this young couple, because I'm just guessing they were scared. They were young, but I think that if you lay down and you get pregnant, both of y'all have the responsibility of taking care of the child. It is what it is. And North Carolina, the cutoff date to have a child is 12 weeks, with an exception, if the pregnancy is longer. So she got an abortion because she just didn't want the child. That's all this case comes down to. But we don't know. We're just gonna hope this couple some luck on this case. The defense attorney is not really gonna do anything. They just gonna be on their side, basically. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a talking head.
And I'm really sitting here thinking, I'm really wondering what made her try to take her baby life at 31 weeks, or she found out she was pregnant at 20 something weeks. I don't know if I'm too deep off in TikTok streets. Y'all on the same street as me, but have y'all heard about the couple who got arrested because mom was pregnant with a child and she ended up ordering some abortion pills? She ordered the abortion pills, she took them. She called paramedics. Paramedics get there, they find a baby in the toilet, unresponsive. They get a baby CPR, and the baby, miracle baby, survived. They get mom, ask questions. Mom says she took abortion pills. Mom 31 weeks. Mom found out she pregnant at 21 weeks. So they locked mom and dad up because you're not allowed to take the abortion pills after 12 weeks. But I'm trying to figure out what happened. Like, what happened for her to wait so long in her pregnancy to take the abortion pills if she found out at 21 weeks? Like, why didn't she put a stunt then? Like, what? And I'm not saying it's right that she did it, but did something so tragic, or did she hit a hardship so bad that she realized she can't take care of her baby? Like, because I personally don't feel like she just did it just to do it because she didn't want no baby. I feel like something happened and she felt like that was her only option, because they said she found out she was pregnant in her 20s, like 21 weeks. I don't know. Have y'all?
An 18-year-old in North Carolina and her 19-year-old boyfriend are both facing criminal charges after she allegedly took abortion medication later in her pregnancy. The World Health Organization classifies mifepristone and misoprostol as essential medicines. They have been used safely by millions of people all across this world. But North Carolina investigators are describing those same medications as a deadly weapon and alleging that taking them demonstrated an intent to kill. But here's the part that matters. There isn't a single state in this country that explicitly makes taking abortion pills by themselves a crime, not even in the states that completely ban or severely restrict access to abortion care. Yet just days after giving birth, this teenager was arrested, handcuffed, jailed, and brought to court while still postpartum. The district attorney pointed out that the low bond amount reflected that neither teenager was considered a threat to the community, while also reiterating her support for a woman's right to make her own decisions about her body, and stating that the evidence would be reviewed in that light. Because this is bigger than one case. If police and prosecutors can legally stretch and reframe existing laws to punish pregnancy outcomes that they don't like, then every miscarriage, every stillbirth, and every complicated pregnancy starts moving one step closer to potential criminal scrutiny. And that should make every single one of us uncomfortable.